Rebel Beats, holla at me.
A new band of rebels arose who were determined to carry the fight to Jerusalem. The SICARII. To the SICARII, anyone who wasn't fighting the Romans was a collaborator and worthy of death. Many were slain every day, and the fear they were in was worse than the calamity itself.
All praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the name of the Most High God, and the name of His only begotten Son. All right, we are the Hebrew Israelites. We come out week in and week out to a lot of people, the Negro, Latino, and Native American know who they are according to the Bible, which are the Israelites, as well as to let everybody know the so-called white man's biblical identity as the devil and the Edomites, right, and America's identity and biblical prophecy as Babylon the Great, which will soon be destroyed. All right, we're here to edify our people and condemn the wicked, man. Okay, whether they be of any nation, including our own people, man. All right, condemn this wicked society and kingdom.
It's Isaiah chapter 63 verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra?
Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? Okay, as we stated in the opening, the Edomites, the people of Edom, Esau, they are the so-called white race, the so-called Caucasian here. All right, as you know them. All right, by their various titles, whether they be German, Irish, English, Dutch, they're all Edomites, man. These crackers. Go ahead.
Says this that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength.
So you got an individual that is coming from Edom with dyed garments from Basra, right? Glorious apparel he has on, right, Red?
Traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save.
So that righteous, mighty Savior, man. And the Most High God, Yahweh, right, which is his real name, Yahweh, has ordained Yahushua as that righteous and mighty Savior to deliver his people, okay? So he that speaking righteousness, mighty to save, is talking about who the world ignorantly calls Christ, which don't look nothing like this homosexual faggot right here. All right, go ahead.
Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel?
So they're asking, why is the apparel of who the world calls Christ red when he is coming from Edom, when he is coming from amongst you white people? Read.
And thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine press.
Why does it look like you went and hopped in a wine press and was treading them grapes, man? Why does it look like that? Go ahead.
I have trodden the wine press alone.
But he said, well, I have trodden the wine press alone, right, Red?
And of all the people there was none with me.
And of all the people there was none with me, man, okay? Meaning he went and put this work in by himself. He went and tread the wine press, right, Red?
It says, for I will tread them in mine anger.
He will tread them in his anger. See, this is what the church does not want you to hear. It does not want you to hear the vengeance that the Most High God has set in his heart for the so-called white man. He don't want you to hear that, man, okay? Read that part again.
It says, wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garment like him that treadeth in the wine press.
Go ahead.
I have trodden the wine press alone.
He said, well, I have trodden the wine press alone, right, Red?
And of the people there is none with me.
Go ahead.
For I will tread them in my anger.
So Yahushua is going to tread them in his anger. Who the world ignorantly calls Christ is going to tread you so-called white people in his anger, right? They said he's coming from Edom. The people of Edom are the so-called white people. Okay, so he's going to tread you so-called white people in his anger, right, Red?
And trample them in my fury.
He's going to trample you damn devils in his fury. Because he's angry and furious at all the great atrocities that you so-called white people have committed against the black, Hispanic, and Native American God-chosen people. Read.
And their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments.
So the blood of the so-called white man is going to be sprinkled upon the glorious garments of who the world calls Christ. This is all biblical prophecy. Read.
It says, and I will stain on my raiment.
So it said the raiment of who the world calls Christ is going to be stained with the blood of the so-called white man. That is an end-time prophecy of that occurring. That is an end-time prophecy of the so-called white man's wicked power structure in society being brought down at the hands of who the world ignorantly calls Christ. Right? Real name Yahushua. And he don't look like this homosexual on the sign as we going to keep pounding into you goddamn people's head. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 19 verse 13. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood.
He was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, man. All right? He had that glorious white garment. That white garment symbolizing purity. See, that's what the so-called white man, he plays a game. It's something called newspeak, right? The so-called white man ain't white. He's red. His blood shows forth to, through his depleted pigmentation, right? But he started to call himself white. Why? Because white is synonymous with purity. And he started to call us black. Why? Because black is synonymous with evil. Are we actually black? No. We're various shades of brown. Are they actually white? No. They got a depleted amount of melanin in their skin, which allows blood to shoot forth through it, which is why you call them redneck. See, but the white man is a goddamn liar. Okay, go ahead.
And his name is called the Word of the Most High.
That's who the world calls Christ. He gonna be clothed in a vesture dipped in blood. Whose blood? The blood of you damn white people, man. All right? For all the atrocities that you committed against the black, Hispanic, and Native American, right, Ray?
So Isaiah chapter 63 verse 4, for the day of vengeance is in my heart.
So the day of vengeance, right? Everybody think who the world calls Christ is coming back to hug everybody. It said the day of vengeance is in the heart of who the world calls Christ. Okay? Go ahead.
And the year of my redeemed is come.
The year of his redeemed. Who are his redeemed? Who are the redeemed of who the world calls Christ? That's the elect of the black, Hispanic, and Native American, as it speaks about in Revelation 7th chapter. That's the redeemed, okay? He's coming to redeem us from the hands of our oppressors and our captors, which are you goddamn white people. Right, go ahead.
It says, and I looked, and there was none to help.
And I looked, and there was none to help. Ain't nobody gonna help these goddamn white people from getting their judgment. There will be no help, man, all right? Y'all gonna be left out there, man, all right? All them different weapons that you've developed and you think are gonna save you from out of that time, your damn Star Wars program, your missile defense program, all of that is gonna be to no avail when the time comes for you to receive your judgment. You devil, go ahead.
And I wondered that there was none to uphold.
And I wondered that there was none to uphold. Isaiah is seeing this happen in the prophetic lens and saying, well, why the hell can't nobody stop this, man? Because the Most High God ordained it, man, all right? You got these people that portray themselves to be this great and this mighty people, this unstoppable, untouchable, invincible people. And guess what? The Most High gonna bring them down, man, okay? In the blink of an eye, read.
It says, therefore, mine own arm brought salvation unto me.
Brought salvation. The arm of the Lord. Who sit on the right hand of the Lord, who the world ignorantly calls Christ. So he is symbolic of the arm of the Lord. The Most High God has ordained him as a chief vessel to bring salvation as well as to bring destruction unto you people. All right, matter of fact, give me that, what is that? What you got?
It kind of explains it a little more in
okay, go ahead.
59. Isaiah chapter 59 verse 16. And he saw that there was no man, and he wondered that there was no intercessor. Therefore his arm brought salvation unto him, and his righteousness it sustained him.
Exactly, right? His arm, right? Which is symbolic of Yahweh Shai, man, okay? And he gonna be the intercessor. He's not gonna be, he is the intercessor and has been since his resurrection. Has been the intercessor for us to the Most High God, right? Now some people, we keep getting on these Old Testament only dudes, quote unquote so-called non-messianic dudes, when again the messianic principle has been instilled since the book of Genesis. So that's retarded, right? But the fact is, you got these non-messianic dudes trying to downplay Yahweh Shai, cast him out as an idol. But the fact is this: if somebody ain't around you, you got to use a vessel in order to contact them, right? That's point blank, period. If this brother's around the corner and I'm over here and I'm trying to get in touch with him, what I got to do? I got to call him on the phone. The phone acts as that vessel, as that medium, as that intercessor for us to communicate. You see what I'm saying?